Winning material isn't so easy when the piece that you are attacking is defended by another piece. One basic way to win material is to remove the guard by capturing the defending piece first, like this. Knight takes f6, check, g takes f6, and after rook takes d7, white wins an entire rook. Removing the defender by directly capturing it isn't always possible, so sometimes you have to distract the guard away from the square where it is protecting a piece. We call this tactic deflection. Imagine a person standing on top of a ladder, and another person is holding the ladder steady from the ground. What happens if the person on the bottom lets go of the ladder? The person on the top of the ladder would fall down, right? In chess, deflection is just like a ladder. If the bottom falls, the top goes with it. Look at this position. White's queen is facing off with the black queen on the c-file. If white captures black's queen, black will simply recapture the queen with the rook, and nothing is gained. What if white could distract the rook from the c8 square so black's queen would be unprotected? After rook d8 check, this forces the black rook to capture white's rook to prevent checkmate, deflecting the rook away from protecting the queen. Notice white's queen prevents black's king from escaping on h7, so after rook takes d8, white wins black's queen with queen takes c4. Let's take a look at another example of deflection. In this position, black's king is guarding the queen on d7, ready to recapture if white decides to trade queens. White wants more than a trade. White wants to deflect the king away to win the queen. Can you see a way to deflect the black king away from the queen? That's right, rook f7 check. The rook deflects the king away from the protection of the black queen because if the king refuses to take the rook and plays king e8, it'll be checkmate on the next turn after queen takes d7. After king takes f7, white wins black's queen for a rook after queen takes d7 check. Let's take a look at one more example. In this position, both sides have rooks on the f-file that can capture each other. Notice that white's only defender of the rook is the king on g1. With black to move, can you deflect the king away from the defense of the rook? That's right, bishop h2 check. This forces the king away from the rook. Although black loses a bishop after king takes h2, black wins a rook after rook takes f1. Now that you've learned the power of deflection, it's your turn to practice using deflection to win.